Morning, welcome back to my channel. Today is the 18th of September and I have a couple things to review and talk about. Very important things. Some things are good, some things are a little bit better, and some things are absolutely better. So we'll start off first by talking about the Cardo. My wife and I had the Cardo Freecom 2X, okay, duos, and apparently they suck. They really do. And I couldn't hear anything even with the JBL speakers that I had installed to upgrade. I could hear, but barely hear. And then my wife complained that she only had one side. So we changed headsets, didn't do the problem. Changed out, gave her the new JBL speaker, still one side. So this little culprit right here is probably the fault, the issue with it, the actual receiving end where you hook the Cardo to it. So I was pissed off at Cardo anyway because they have probably the worst customer service that I've ever dealt with. I've been trying to contact them, called them, sent them a letter, message them on Facebook, even put it on the YouTube channel that they had. Still, no response from Cardo to get this fixed, and it's under warranty. So that kind of pissed me off. But the good news is I decided to, you know what, I just wasted $390 in my opinion on the Cardo system here. And but Cardo overall headsets are totally waterproof, and trust me, I've ridden in the rain many times with that Cardo. So what did we do this time? I spent more money. I bought the Cardo Edge. Now, I will tell you what, this is the Cardo Edge. Totally different, little volume knob, easier, turn it on, easier. Hooks to the helmet, boom, and at it. There's all sorts of videos out there for that. Okay, we're not going to get into all that because I would only be repeating what other people have got better demonstrations on. I will tell you the real world review, my wife was totally happy. And I was too with the Edge, because the very first time riding with this comm set, other than the Harley Davidson push to talk, and even that was hard for me to hear, we could talk. And she preferred what we call a hot mic box, whatever you want to classify it as. So we were riding back from Louisiana, did the trace in the rain also again, and not a lick of problem. I only had a couple times I had to reset it on the radio. It lost the comms with the radio, and that has nothing to do with the headset. I just turned it off, turned it back on, and it worked. Just a sequence of events to turn it on, I guess. Anyway, I could hear her going down the road. She says, hey, look, there's a deer, or hey, I'm getting hungry, or, you know, whatever the conversation was. She liked it because we didn't have to push buttons. She didn't have to knee me on the side to push the talk button. We just talked normally. The music came down a little bit and came back up. I could hear the music, yes, traveling. Was it extremely loud? No, my radio was set at 35 volume out of 40, and I could barely hear it. She turned hers down because, like I said, my wife's hearing, she could hear a mouse fart in the woods or a squirrel fart in the woods. It don't matter. She could hear it. Her hearing is exceptionally good. So I got home, and like I said, try to contact Cardo again, no success. The Edge by far is the best headset that we have tried between all the other ones and etc. Guy told me to get the Cena 20s, but they're just water resistant. They're not waterproof. I have to have something waterproof because when it rains and we're riding, I don't stop for the rain. I don't just sit back. So it's very important that we have good comms going down the road. Now, battery life, mine lasted 9 hours. And my wife lasted almost 11 hours. Okay, the big difference between the two. But here's the difference. And I might be wrong and I might be right. I'm pretty sure I'm right. It's because we've got the voice activation system and we're talking to each other. And the music, that it's just going to cause the batteries to go a little faster. That's all. And I believe that. But still, the wife and I don't ever plan to do no 10-hour days or 9-hour days. I mean, we're going to go 6.5, 7 hours max. 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, we're coming off the road. So whether it be 200, 250 miles from now on, that's the limit for us. We're not going to be doing that iron butt 700 miles to 2,000 miles in days. It's just not worth it. It just wears your body out, etc. So on to bigger and better things. I have both the new JBL speakers in our helmets. Okay, they were good. They were good. Remember, the volume setting was at 37, and I could hear the music. Okay, but I knew something was in my mail on hold when I came back, and I'm going to tell you the name of this one here. And please, 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 ladies and gentlemen, don't shoot me because I can't pronounce names. I am very bad at that. Give me a second. I'll get the notes out here. So, pronounce it, and I'm going to spell it right here. IASUS. IASUS. Okay? Look at the spelling. It's a lot easier. XSound speakers. I'm going to tell you something. They were great. They were great. Not a lot of max volume yet for me, and I'm waiting desperately for them to come up, contact me, say, hey, Mr. Smith, George, whatever they want to call me, I have the amplifier in, which will boost up that 25-watt speaker to the point where I can hear music louder than what I can. So, how to tell you the difference between that? Here it is right here. Nice little box, right? And, sorry, speakers are already on. Already on the button. There you go. It came with a nice box. And like I said, it's spelled, damn it, I just had the spelling of this thing too. It's IASUS. Okay, and like I said, great company. Customer service, so far so good. I got the headset in, I filled out their little card and asked for it. Boom, got an email from a guy named Mike. Perfect, I love it. Somebody's communicating with me from this company. And when I called them the one time, they answered the phone. They actually answered the phone. It's not disconnected like Cardo was. And I was able to ask questions about the XM, military discount, etc. She says, well, we don't have the amps in yet, but when we do have a new coming in. Once I get that amplifier, put it on the back of my head, connect the tube between the edge and my speakers, and guess what? I can turn this up a little bit, and I should be able to hear the whole lot of music a lot better going down the road. Now, how to compare JBL speakers, which are good speakers. Don't get me wrong, I have one right here on my desk. I like JBL. But remember, I'm hard of hearing. I got hearing aids, but I didn't wear my hearing aids in the helmet, and I could still hear the music loud and clear. And let me touch on that. My hearing aids pick up the sound from behind. When I don't have them on, the music's going directly into my ear, so I could hear it a lot better than I did with my hearing aids. So I'll clarify that from a couple videos ago. So, comparison. 37 on the dial for the radio, right? And if I listen to JBL speakers with the Cardo setup. Now, if I listen to the XSound speakers, my volume level compared to the 37 is 27. You see the difference? Big range difference. 27, 37, big difference. So turning it up to 32, coming down the road at the highway at 70 earlier, I can still hear the music, and it's loud, it's clear, but not too loud. Unfortunately, like I said, I'm hard to hear. But the clarity in that speaker was a hell of a lot better. And kudos go out to IASUS. Anyway, I'm sorry. Sorry for the company, I mispronounced it. Unless you actually tell me the name of it and I have to practice it, I'll probably boo-boo it a lot anyway. So like I said, I'm waiting for the amplifier. And we'll give another review on that one. But for the most part, I wanted to get this out that their headset, XSound speakers, were a lot better as far as the clarity and the sound, running it through my Cardo Edge. So now I have almost a perfect setup. The Cardo Freecom 2X, I don't like them. I don't like it at all. I think I left them at the hotel down there. I haven't been able to find them to show you the comparison. I will in the next video. But the Pace Talk Edge was recommended. Yeah, it's $200, $300 more, almost $400 more than their predecessor there. But by far a superior headset. Now I can't compare Cena because Cena, once again, I reached out to them and I don't get no response there either. And I think I will stick with the Cardo, even though they got crappy customer service, and I'm hoping they review this and hear it too, that you need to reach out and touch somebody. Put a phone number that works, not dee-doo, dee-doo, sorry, disconnected, they're no longer in service. How's somebody going to call you in Pennsylvania when you don't even answer the phone, or you don't answer emails, you don't answer messages, and you haven't replied on any of the YouTube videos that your Cardo people put out? And I really appreciate that. But I've watched a lot of videos on the XSound system and with an amplifier, and I think once that amplifier gets in, me and the wife are going to be cooking with Crisco, because guess what? Headsets are on, we can talk to each other, we can hear music. When we do talk, the music comes down, but we can still hear it and talk. And let me tell you what, my wife's voice is very low for me to hear anyway. Like most people, I have to see you to understand you. And but for her to tell me something over in the helmet between each other, I was like, wow, I could not be more happy. It's just like we're sitting in the truck next to each other, where she raises her voice a little bit for me to hear, because I can't take my eyes off the road. For the most part, that's good to go. Now, I did have a problem backing up back to my radio V2 and the Cardo Edge. When I played Pandora through Apple CarPlay, my wife couldn't hear the music at all. I could hear it in my headset. She couldn't hear it in her headset, and I don't know what the misconnect between AirPlay, the V2 SoundStream, or the Cardo headset. I don't know what the difference is yet. I'm still working on that, but I'm sure it's simple. I found that if I use my USB stick, I get louder music anyway. Pandora and our CarPlay and the V2 have been messing me up. Not the V2 itself, just Apple. They got a new update coming up, and I hope the 18 fixes a lot of my problems. I don't know. We'll see. I'm getting leery on all this stuff. So anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you for watching my channel. I'm going to put the description down below and the link for these if you're interested, and test them out for yourself. It's hard to test something when you have to go buy the darn thing. And I'm hoping in the future, if somebody's got other products for us people that are hard of hearing out there, hey, I'm willing to try anything the better, but I have to spend my money to test this stuff, and I don't get nothing for free. I don't got no sponsorship. It's just me and my review to you, John Q Public out there, and hopefully it helps you. So thank you, and let's have a great rest of the year. For me, grandkids coming in this weekend, and then the following weekend is deer season, so I'll be picking up my videos more and more. So we'll talk to you later. Wow, that was a pleasant surprise. I'm in the middle of making the video for that IASUS. That's how you pronounce the name. IASUS. IASUS. Mike called me. Just called me out of the blue. Asked me how I was doing, how I like my speakers already. That's what I like. Customer service that sticks out. You don't sit there and try for me for a month now trying to call Cardo or email them or anything. And yet IASUS, and that's how you pronounce it, IASUS. And I got the correct pronunciation. I asked Mike on the phone, I said, Mike, please help me. I got to learn, how do you actually pronounce this as IASUS? So now you know the name. And I would highly recommend these guys. He just called me. I'm going to get pre-ordered for the amp. And should be next week sometime to pre-order it, and should be ready to go in October. So I will give a follow-up review on strictly the IASUS system and how it's working with my Cardo. And he said this one doesn't have the funny volume buttons. It's going to be a 3-tier system, and then you just use your headset to adjust your volume, which is going to be cool. It's a lot slimmer, so we're going to see. But anyway, I'm sorry, I know I ended the video, but I just had to throw this in there. So ladies and gentlemen, thank you, and IASUS, we're going to be coming for you. All right, thank you.